gosh.
Look at it. Pinky out, dude. Pinky down. Look at all his knees. They get it.
You're watching the bare knuckles.
Hey! You're watching the Bare Knuckle Show. I got an Aperol Spritz. They're making fun of me. It's an Italian drink. I got a cigarette. Evan's got to show your cigarette, Evan. Let's party!
Saturday, October 12th, Marbella, Spain. It's the biggest night in bare knuckle fighting championship history. In the main event, two undefeated combatants battle. Saturday, October 12th, Marbella, Spain. It's the biggest night in bare knuckle fighting championship history. In the main event, two undefeated combatants battle for the vacant lightweight title. Franco Tenaglia clashes with Tony Loco Soto. In the co-main event, welterweight world champ Austin No Doubt Trout defends his crown against the ferocious Rico Bon Franco. Plus middleweight action as Dave Redneck Mandell puts his title on the line against UK's top contender Danny Christie. 3 title fights, 1 historic night. Only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.
I'm just curious why Broken Brandon screams in my ear for the countdown. I mean, he yells. He doesn't just go 10, 9, 8. He's like, 10, 9. You're blowing my ear out, bro. You all right in there today? You seem angry.
I'm good.
All right,
how are you?
Look at being all calm now.
What's up with that video?
I don't know. That was strange. Bad
Yeah, where'd that
internet,
come
I think.
from? Is there a problem? We'll get. I'm gonna ask around. I drank an Aperol Spritz, and you guys are making fun of me. Is there a problem with that?
Yeah, there is a problem with it.
What? Oh, how'd you get here?
We have a drug and alcohol policy here, buddy.
I was after the show. I simply had an Aperol Spritz.
No.
They
From
made.
the time you land to the time you
Oh,
depart.
I was on my personal time there. That was my personal time.
That was the next
It was
the
day.
next night.
And then he filmed me.
And
He
you
was-
were still wearing a bare knuckle shirt that you wore that
Always,
same
brother.
night?
Always. It's all I wear, except my Italian stallion.
That's your
shirt.
last
I don't know.
warning, buddy.
Okay. What, a warning about drinking Aperol Spritz? Ask the chat. What's wrong with an Aperol Spritz? I mean, it's big in Italy. Men drink it in Italy. It tastes good. It got me where I needed to go. Woo! Anyway, great night in Hollywood. We're going to talk about that. As you can see that we have David Feldman here today. He just kind of walked in. And then also, we have a lot to get to with you, too. A lot. DAZN, everything. People are talking. People are chatting. I know you want to talk about that. Also about our legalization in PA. I kind of jumped the gun here. I think PA equals Philly. But I'm going to ask you about that in a couple minutes. Also, Chris Lights Out Lidle going to stop by. Lidle look back on BKFC 66 and so much more with Chris Lidle as always, plus exclusive footage from BKFC 66. We joined with such craziness here. I didn't even stand for you. I'm sorry, but there you go, President. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay. I think you're doing pretty well.
I'm okay.
Is that like when you say you're okay, but you're not really okay, like the commercial says?
You were drinking on the job, buddy.
Here we go. Here we go. That was the day after. That was the day after. And by the way,
Was it after midnight or the day after?
oh, that was well after midnight. Because you know why? I left Dare because I couldn't take it. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, I must be old. I saw you at Dare, no, that wasn't you. That was a guy that looked like you.
Yeah.
I tried to get this guy to come to Dare. He wouldn't do it. Why wouldn't he do it?
It's not my thing, man.
Not my thing either. That's why I left in 10 minutes.
Nothing good can come out of it, right?
I agree. That's
For
why.
me, seriously, nothing good can come out of it. If I say hello to someone, hey, how you doing? I see a girl I know, I give her a hug, they take a picture, I'm all of a sudden having sex with someone. Like, it's just
that
not
easy?
It's just not. Look, everybody's out to get you now. They are.
I know.
So
That's why I sit in my room.
I take myself out of the wrong element. Absolutely. No, I'm not fucking around.
No, I'm
Because,
laughing at them.
You don't think I want to hang out and have a good time, but I'm like, it's not fucking worth it because everybody wants to fucking get you.
They do, and they'll take pictures. And like I said, I sit in my room and stare at my wall. That video you saw is probably the once a year I've done something. Anyway, you know that. We have all this great stuff coming up. I want to talk to the booth. Thoughts on BKFC 66. We got the president here, too. I think it was a fun show. I think it was a great show. Sold out, obviously. Another great outing. A lot of homegrown talent. And that's the story. I mean, that's the second or third time we've done the homegrown talent to sell it out. That's exciting. And the fights were great. Before we get to Dave, I know people want to hear from you. I like to hear from Evan and Broken Brandon. What did you guys think of the show? Sit up straight. The president's here.
I always sit up straight. I have good posture.
I'm talking to you.
Well, Brandon's. He's
Where's
got the editor's
Where's the
posture.
third wheel in there?
Yeah, hold on.
I removed him before the show.
Christian
Don't give the real story.
has left the organization.
Oh.
He's left the organization pending to an HR claim made against Brian Soscia. From him, there were sexual abuse charges. So we are doing an internal investigation.
So that's just a joke. Just
Yeah,
a
they
joke.
gave the
guys.
real
Just
story.
a joke.
What's the real story? Do you know?
Yeah, the real story is he got offered a different job, and as Brandon might know, the grass is not greener on the other side.
The floor's not more shiny either.
He thinks the grass is greener, and he's going to find out. But you know what? Honestly, I like the kid,
He's a
but
good
he didn't talk enough for me. And you know,
He's been here for like a month. He didn't know anybody.
nah,
You know?
he's a good kid, man. He was a good kid.
It's what he comes from. It's what he called
Nah,
me,
he
and it's
honestly,
I said, Look, go ahead.
he
It's
was
only
a
been
good
2
kid.
weeks. Yeah.
He went to Temple. He did his thing. He's all right.
He's
man.
going to do
Look,
well for himself.
It's okay.
But
I want to say something. In the chat right now, they're talking about Dave Feldman, and David says, Dave is dodging them hoochies. That's what he said. Anyway, Christian, good luck. We wish you a lot of luck, man, if you're watching. I know you watch every single week now. I know you're a big fan. Thank you. Let's talk about them. Oh, let's get into the mailbag. You know, Dave's here. It's always fun to do the mailbag with Dave.
It's time for mail call.
You think after a year I'd call it mail call, not mailbag. Must be a reason. Evan's
love
always.
bags.
You could beat me to it. Damn it. I see Evan's always talking about mailbag, so I didn't. Just slipped. All right. So first of all, before we start the mailbag, you can send everything in, thebareknuckleshow@gmail.com. I do want to rescind comments I've made many times on the show. I'm embarrassed by them after last week. I have ripped on the UK's food relentlessly, saying it's terrible. But last week, Mark sent us that box of like chocolate and goodies. Yo, Colin the Caterpillars were amazing. Like their snacks. Am I wrong? Their snacks were top notch.
Good stuff in there. Yeah.
Thank you for that. We'll be there November 2nd in the UK. You can eat some good snacks, watch some good fights. Joey sent this in. Joey was at the show. This is funny. And he had a great time. He sent this picture in. I've never really spoken about this, but if you're at the Hollywood Hard Rock, you can find this. Maybe I'll give you some tickets to an event or something. I don't know what we can figure out, or a t-shirt. But he found it. He sent it in, and I want to share this with you. There it is. My bare knuckle suit at the Hard Rock. I was so proud when I donated that.
Is that actually in there?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Holy shit.
Isn't that neat? I didn't even really say much about it, but they put it up, and he found it. So now if you can find it, let me know.
No way. Are you serious?
I didn't make that up.
That's crazy.
I know. Dude, I'm so honored. Isn't that awesome?
That is awesome.
that
Did you
name?
have some? Was that you? They got that. I don't know why they could. I guess because they were doing so well there. They
It
wanted
was
a piece.
Junior.
He
Does that
did
have
it.
your name on it?
Junior
Yeah, it's
hooked it
freaking
up.
awesome.
That's sick.
I'm so honored by that. I just wanted to share that. Thank you very much to the Hollywood Hard Rock, and thank you to Junior, whoever set that up. It's not
Yeah,
about
that's
me.
awesome, man.
It's more about BKFC. I'm so proud to be a part of it, and I can be represented with that.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I'm very proud of that. Let's go to Randy the Pervert. Randy the Pervert. Do you know who this guy is by now? He writes it every week. He's sick. All right. He said he was upset last week. He said, I woke up and saw this on IG the other morning. It made me 15 minutes late for work. And then it made me 10 minutes late coming back from lunch. It will probably help me sleep later on tonight, too. I'll keep you updated. Let's see what he's talking about. Taylor? Oh, Taylor Starling? And okay. He has PS, POV. POV, that's what he means. Oh, my God. Okay, Randy. Well, thank you for sending that in. And the best part of this is he sent that email earlier on the day. This was like 2 days ago, and I just got it. And then the timestamp for the other email is 2 days ago at 10:37 p.m., and it says, it worked. I'm going to bed. You're a creep. Randy's a creep. Randy, I love it, but you're a filthy creep. Thank you for sending stuff in. It's so awesome. All right, let's see what else. Oh, Danny Christie. So this is huge. Coming up at the event that we're talking about in Spain, the big Marbella event. We're very excited, October 12th. One of the big fights on that, you're going to see Dave Mandell, I saw at Hollywood. He's ready to go, man. He's rip-roared ready. Versus Danny Christie, another guy who seems to be always ready to go, balls of steel. It's going to be a fight I'm looking forward to. Danny Christie had some words for Dave Mandell. Let's watch those.
Before I say what I'm about to say, I've got an enormous amount of respect for him as a fighter. You know, I've got a massive respect for him as a champion. You know, what a fighter. What a well-poised, well-balanced, powerful little man. You know, an incredible champion, a formidable champion. But clearly doesn't know how to market himself. That's why he's desperate for Conor McGregor's attention. Some of the stuff he's been saying, man, it's like, mate, you're a 33-year-old man, get a grip of yourself. There was one the other day, Conor McGregor had hit a punch machine and he's like, Oh my God, Conor, your power is unrivaled. I hope someone's going to be able to fix the punch machine after you've hit it so hard. Ho, ho, ho. Get a grip, man, you fucking wet wipe. And Conor McGregor makes acting look so easy in the Roadhouse movie. Mate, shut up. Fucking hell, man, you're a grown man. Do you not have people that look up to you? Fucking hell, man, where's your dignity? Fucking hell, man. Last time I seen Conor McGregor, I was sinking whiskies with him in the clubhouse, mate. I don't need to make fucking pathetic, cringy videos desperately trying to get his attention. Sort your fucking sellout. And put some respect on my name. You'd still be sat in America with no one to fight if it wasn't for me. Because no one else seems to want this fight. Nobody wants this fight. But I'll get in there and swing it out with him. We'll fucking see.
Yeah, we will see. Danny Christie, that's from his YouTube channel. It's a much longer clip. It's very entertaining. You can check out Danny Christie's YouTube channel, but he's ready to go. He was saying on his YouTube channel that he wasn't supposed to have that fight, and then that he got offered the fight, and how excited he is because what a huge opportunity it is for a guy like him, and it is a big opportunity for him. It's gigantic.
Yeah, absolutely. So we wanted to do that fight, but there was a problem with Danny traveling, and we got that problem fixed. And now that he can travel, absolutely, I think it's the most marketable fight in that division right now. On that note, I happen to really love what Dave Mandell's trying to do. To be honest, he's trying to grab everybody's attention and build himself because I told him he needed to build himself. So he's doing his job to do that. And he can fight his ass off. This is going to be an unbelievable fucking fight. I can't wait for this.
I'm pretty pumped. And when I know it's the pro wrestling guy in me, but when the shit talk starts like that, it makes me even more excited.
Yep.
But I want to show you in case you don't know what he was talking about. I think they queued it up back there in the truck or in the, what do they call it, production room. This is the video I believe that he was referring to when he's talking about Redneck and Conor.
I'm Dave Redneck Mandell. What was the line again?
Now, it's not so much what he's saying. I can't read it because there's a camera in front of me. I can't see my monitor, but it's what he says in that text right there. The acting, this is what he's talking about. The acting shit's hard. Conor, you did such a great job. This is what he was talking about. If you want to go look it up, it's on Dave Mandell's thing, so there's some context.
I don't always drink during camp. What was my line again?
Well, there you go. You can check out the whole thing on this, but that's what he was referring to. And then about breaking the punch machine.
I don't know, man. I think he really tried hard on that, man, and he went outside the box for him.
I'm not ripping on Dave.
No. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying he went outside the box on that.
I like what he did.
And that was good.
I think for Dave Mandell.
But here's the thing it's great because, listen, he's trying to grab our attention. Danny Christie's trying to grab our attention in a different way. And here's how they're really going to grab our attention. When they get in the center of that fucking ring and bang it the fuck out in Spain.
It's gonna be awesome. That's not one of those fights. I don't think I'm going on a limb saying this that you're like, it might be good. It's gonna be good. And I think that
can't be a bad fight. Mark my words. I mean, it can be a quick one-punch knockout because anything can happen. Yeah. Other than that cannot be a bad fight.
I don't think so either. That's why I think people are very excited about the Spain card. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with Danny Christie and the world there with him and Dave Mandell. I saw Dave Mandell actually the next day. I walked past him. My wife noticed him. He didn't have his cowboy hat. I think I was Redneck. I didn't know who he was when I was cowboy hat. It was weird. And I was like, oh, Dave, I'm sorry. So we talked. He is ready. He's pumped for this opportunity.
Does your wife like cowboys?
Save a horse, ride a cowboy, right? Isn't that the song? That's not true. Sorry, Gina. All right, so the other thing I want to show is the celebrities. And this kind of goes with what I'm talking about, that we're in Hollywood. I mean, we knew we had, you'll see it. Conor was there. We're going to show the video. And Conor was actually coming right up to our champs respectfully. He went right to Dave Mandell, right to Britain Hart. And he kind of gave them some respect. And we'll watch that video. It's really quick here. You can kind of see. There's Dave Mandell. Now, I hear what Christie's saying, but it doesn't look like Dave Mandell is a simple bro hug and that's it. It doesn't look like he's trying to bow down to Conor and impress him. But it remains to be seen. There are a lot of fighters there, and that's what I like. And I'd like to get your opinion on this, Dave. I'm sure you like it. I noticed that at bare knuckle fighting championship events, wherever we are, fighters that aren't on the card make their way there, and they love being there. They sit in the crowd, they take pictures. Ben Rothwell does that a lot. Britain Hart does it. But I mean, just off the top of my head that I wrote these down for the show: Dave Mandell, Britain Hart, Brian Duran, J.R. Ridge, Julian Lane, Luis Palomino. They were all there cheering on the other fighters, even when they weren't on the card.
It's great, man.
It's got to be great as an owner to see.
It's great. I mean, it is. It's great because they're there for two reasons. They're there because they want to enjoy the fights. They want to support the fighters. And they're also there because it's an opportunity for them to get seen by the fans when they're not fighting, and intertwine with the fans, mingle with the fans, and get the fans to get to know them better, so that they really want to see them fight. And I think it's very, very smart, and I encourage them all to do it. There was also some guys from the Miami Heat there.
That's awesome.
There was some three guys from the Miami Heat. It was
the
a
big
good
Latin
night.
star. They got like 50 million followers. I told my Puerto Rican sister-in-law, yeah, she went nuts.
Well, man, I mean, what a nice guy he was. I met with him and his family. All nice people, really. I have a call with him later on today, actually. He's very, very interested in getting involved with BKFC in some way, shape, or form. And just, I mean, he's got unbelievable following.
You know what's funny? You know when I run around like a lunatic at the shows? Sometimes I have gears turning in my head very quick, and I listen, but I run fast. And I was sprinting by him when they were bringing him in, like on a hallway. And I didn't look, and I'm like, just because I was running, and I had my glasses on, no contacts, I'm like, is that Mike Perry? Because he had, he kind of...
Do you know he has a song?
Who?
He has a song called McGregor.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They were big fans of each other prior to this. It was just coincidental. Onwell did not know that McGregor was coming. McGregor didn't know that Onwell was coming, and he had already previously made a song about him.
Yeah, they were blowing it up. I thought they knew each other.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I slapped him on the back. They had only security. I reached in and slapped Manuel on the back, and he looked at me. He's like, because I was running by, I just thought it was a fighter. I thought it was Perry, because I was running past. And Perry dressed very differently. Yeah, if you're running past, you have contacts.
It kind of looks like Mike Perry.
Again, I was running past him, like sprinting, and I just slapped him on the back. So there you go. A lot of stars coming out. We're seeing more and more of that. I know that Shaq was sponsoring HD. That's cool. He couldn't make it out, unfortunately, but he's watching on the app. And I know he sponsored HD. We saw the video of that last week. Everyone's paying attention, and we love that. And we thank you for that, fans, and everybody that's watching. And if you're a famous person watching this or you're not, you can always reach out. You know that. TheBareKnuckleShow@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. I'm glad you're in here for this next one. One of the fighters, he didn't fare too well. His name was Rain Wells. Do you know who Rain Wells is, Dave? Do you remember?
I do.
There he is. So, Rain Wells is, I don't know, this is probably about the fourth or fifth fighter to get a BKFC-style tattoo. I think Zach Helmets has on his knuckles. I think there's one on his head, one on his rib cage, some other guy. Now, this is the first portrait I've ever seen of you, Dave. You and Connor. He got this tattooed on your back. And, the thing, I don't know if you can see in the close thing. I want to know why. Is it on there? I can't, this monitor. Yeah. It looks like the moles on his back kind of ruin the tattoo, I feel. Like you're staring at a mole in one. The other one looks like your shirt's kind of burnt with a cigarette up top. But, I mean, he's more of a man than me, A, to get in there and fight because I wouldn't do it. But B, he's also, I like to watch it. He's more of a man than me to get a tattoo. I have no tattoos. That probably took a while, I would guess. Dave, is that weird to you to be on somebody else's body? Like, it's got to be weird.
Well,
but cool.
I heard about it, and then I was standing on stage for the weigh-ins, and he got up on the scale and went like that, and I'm like, holy shit, this guy has a tattoo of me on his back.
It blew my mind.
Connor, man, it's crazy, man. But listen, he fought a Kazakhstan Olympic boxer. The guy can really, really fight, and
Answer my question: is it weird to have somebody else with a tattoo of your face on him?
Very,
but
very
cool.
Weird.
Is it cool or weird? Both.
Yeah, man, it's a combination.
Did he?
I mean, look, it's flattering that somebody does. But I mean, if a chick had, my picture on it, would probably be better than having a dude have my picture on it.
Yeah, he got a lot of.
But listen, man, he's doing it because, again, we're talking about guys that want to be seen by the promotion and make noise, and
he's hungry.
Maybe that's a little extreme.
A little,
but that's what he was trying to do.
A little. Hey, man, it could have been just.
He was trying to grab attention,
and he did though. Look, we're talking about him. So Rain Wells, you grabbed attention.
I mean, listen, if you go on BKFC News on the internet. Mm-hmm. He's on like 10 different news pieces that people said BKFC fighter gets Dave Feldman and Conor McGregor tattooed on his back.
I think his nickname is the guy off the couch or something. And I'm like, yeah, the guy from the tattoo parlor. You should change it. But I guess that's kind of cool. Thank you. I mean, I guess I'd be flattered by that. Let's go to Jake. Jake says he wants to rep St. Cloud, Minnesota. I'm not sure where that is, in Minnesota somewhere. He said, walk away like no one saw it. He wanted us to watch this. I don't know what it is. Let's look. Just fucking roll. You see that? That was great. He just walked away. Nothing happened. That was insane. All right. Thank you for sending that in, Jake. Also want to talk to, let's see who else we have. Oh, one of the last ones. From Beans and Frank. Not Frank and Beans, but Beans and Frank, whatever that means. He said, check this video out. I always like your guys' reaction. So let's give him a reaction. Let's see what the video is. Oh, my
Holy.
Did you see his neck rock back?
Do that again.
They're going to put it in slow-mo, I think, here.
Run that
Look,
again.
watch. Watch the guy's neck. Oh, my God.
That's no joke. That guy get knocked out?
I don't know what. He's like he didn't break his neck. He's going to be in chiropractic therapy for a while. Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
Thank you for that, Beans and Frank. I like those kind of videos. This one is from Raw B. Moore on Instagram. It's our last one we have for the mailbag. I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's bare knuckle in water. Look, he splashes him, and then he punches him in the mouth. Ah! There you go. Dave, are we ever going to promote a bare knuckle and water fight, do you think? Or water, as we say around here? Around here, we say water. It's water,
That's
not water.
crazy, man. Look, as I was watching that, honestly, I was going like, holy shit, this thing really evolved all over the fucking world. I mean, however you want to say evolved.
No,
but
that makes sense. It wouldn't be
But
around
I mean,
before
like,
doing it.
people wouldn't even be doing that. It's crazy. It's so freaking crazy, man. This thing is all over the world now. It's unbelievable, man.
I like that they splash water in a guy's
I
face to
love it.
set up for a punch.
Love it. Love it.
It's great. Anyway.
I used to do that.
What?
Splash water and then tackle the guy.
That's a good idea, dude. We should go swimming after this.
Throw sand in his face. Crack him.
The Charles Atlas or whatever is kicking his face. Well, all right, let's get down to brass tacks here with our president, our founder. I got a lot of questions for you. So does people in the chat can drop them too. Chris Lidle's on the way later today. First of all, we kind of talked about the Hollywood card a little bit, but we can talk about it a little more. I'm going to talk about it a lot with Chris. Is there any fights Perdomo, of course. This guy's going to be a star. He stood out.
So the card we had AJ scored a beautiful one-punch
AJ
knockout.
Rodriguez, right?
Yeah. And which I don't know why the referee started counting. He was face first. I just didn't understand that, but I think he's got the ability to do something big. He also had a good persona with him as well.
I agree.
A lot of the other guys on the card really looked good on Friday night. I was very, very impressed with a lot of them. But Perdomo, he's got everybody talking now. So we were able to sign a new 3-fight deal with him prior to the fight. So we're going to extend him, and then we're going to extend him some more. We really want to build him into the Mike Tyson of bare knuckle.
He's got it.
We really do. And look, here's the one thing that I do want to see. Like I always say, it's all great, but I want to see him get punched in his mouth.
See if he can take it.
I just want to see if he can. And I have a feeling he can, but I want to make sure that he can. And, man, look at this, man. It's unbelievable the kind of power this guy possesses. And not just the power. It's like Mike Tyson in a way. Like, he had tremendous power, but it was bad intentions on every shot. Yep. And there's not even a jab that he doesn't have bad intentions on here. So, everything that he's doing, everything that he's throwing, he's really trying to rip through you. Look, bang, 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 bang. It's crazy. So, yeah, man, I think he can be a future star.
Was that 44-second KO? I think that was. And it was like, I think he's undefeated. What's he, 5-0 now? So he's climbing. I want to say something about Perdomo. I don't know if you didn't watch the post-fight press conference, and I don't know if you saw this. It was after you were done. The guy does not speak English that well. He's trying to learn. But even though he doesn't speak English, when he would speak broken English, he still kind of captivated me. He was calling out Ben Rothwell. He said, he's not interested in Mick Terrell. He's not interested in, Arnold Adams. Somebody brought up. He's like, I want Ben Rothwell. He's big, and I can beat him. But he said it. He had his translator there. But when he tried to say it in English, it was actually entertaining in a way, in a good way. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah, he's not going to get that yet. We're going to step him up a little bit more. We want to build him. We want to get people excited about him. And we want to make sure that he's ready for prime time. And I think that he is. And then the co-main event, HD and James Taylor.
James Taylor. No, you got a friend. That's a great song. No. It's James Get Down Brown. You get the wrong.
That's what I meant.
You get the wrong artist.
I meant James.
Living in America.
But it was a great fight. James Brown came out, really trying to fight good. He's looked super, super sensational in his past fights. But HD had to prove a point on Friday night. He wanted to prove a point, and he proved a point. He wanted to let everybody know that his new weight is 155 pounds, first of all, and that you have to pay attention to him. And we did. We paid attention. To do that to James Brown is not an easy thing to do.
Not at all. Guy's been on a tear here in BKFC. And
here you go. Look. Bang,
I didn't think it was... Dave, honest question. Did you think it was going to be? Did you think it was going to go like that for HD? That quickly?
No. I really. Everybody asked who do you think's going to win, and I said honestly, man, it's a coin toss.
Yeah.
I have no idea on this one. Both guys are very, very good. They were both tall and lanky. The one thing I was concerned about this fight, and obviously they proved me wrong, I was concerned it was going to be a snooze fest.
I remember saying that.
They
actually.
were going to kind of go box each other, and that didn't happen at all, man.
Can I pull the curtain back a little bit? You
Sure.
can get mad at me later. I don't care.
Go ahead.
But I remember when we talked about this card, I overheard you talking, and they were going to make this the co-main event, and you were like. Ugh. You were like stuck on it. You're like, I don't know. I don't think that's the one to do co-main event.
Yeah, I was like, both guys have great records.
Yeah.
Both guys have been around for a little bit, but I'm just afraid they're gonna, like, in boxing we call it stink each other out. Like just like make it a boring fight, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't do that. It was freaking unbelievable.
It wasn't.
Man.
And well, I'm glad you reconsidered that too, because I mean, you know, sometimes you go with your gut instinct first, and usually it's right, but not always, and we proved that. It was a great night of fights. I enjoyed it. Is there anything else that stood out to you? We're going to talk to more with Lidle about this in a couple minutes, because I got
and then obviously Alberto Blas.
I know, yeah, of course.
He looked sensational.
Done. That quick.
Ryan Reber. He's looked good in his upcoming fights, and I think that it was almost like the Mike Tyson effect when he did get cracked once.
You realize
it just took everything out of him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'll be back. I think you're going to see a way better Ryan Reber in the future.
Yeah, that'll make him better.
He's far from done.
Mm-hmm.
He got a taste of it, and I think he's going to be back. I think he's going to be back strong.
He's a tough kid, and he loves fighting, and he's been running through BKFC. So I don't think he's going to let one loss, like you said, define him. And I think that this is kind of I hate to say it, but learning experience, for him. It's going to make him pick it up and get back up there next time, because he was very confident. I spoke with him, and, isn't everybody going into a fight? But, hey, there you go. That was the outcomes there. I don't want to diminish Hollywood, because it was a great card. We'll talk more with Lidle about that, but I got more that people want to know from you, Dave, and I got a little bit of time here. Spain, we talked a little bit about that. Anything different, anything new on Spain that we should know? I know last week you talked about they were going to do the weigh-ins over a pool.
So I just want to let everybody know about the musical part of Spain.
Yeah,
I think it's very, very important, because we're not turning into a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. We're doing fights. We're doing the whole entire fight card. Mm-hmm. And then the after party, if you will, is going to be a concert. So we're not mixing it. You're not going to see two fights and then have to listen to a singer that you don't want to listen to. Or no, I mean, because
what you're saying
because these guys here, they're tuning in for fights.
Exactly.
The other guys might be wanting to watch the musicians, but you're going to see your fights first. And then if you want to stick around and watch the musicians, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
But we're not going to mess up the product that we've took, all this hard work, energy, and money and time to build. We're not going to mess that up. But it's a full-blown after party. It's going to be a 2-hour concert, and we're going to have a special guest appearance. Hopefully, I'll be able to announce that one tomorrow.
And there's a lot of rap acts, hip-hop acts. My question becomes, will David Feldman be debuting the new rap that you've been writing on stage?
Well, I'm doing a lip sync.
Go freestyle.
I'm doing
lip sync
and
freestyle.
Yeah.
Backtracking.
Me and you.
Yeah, that's right. We
talked about that.
It's our old boy band. I talked about it last week. It was called Nice. Naturally young, charismatic entertainers. Remember, we were huge in the Philly area.
I don't remember that.
Well, because we were too big. You don't remember it. It was insane. He's like, no. All right, so Spain's going to be awesome. Everyone's excited. There's a lot more to talk about. We'll do that in the coming weeks. But I know that everybody's waiting for this. We're going to talk about the zone in a moment. First, I want to talk about selfishly back here. Now, I jumped the gun. I assume because we're coming to PA and we're finally legal here that we do it in Philly. I've never been told that. It could be in Pittsburgh for all I know, or it could be anywhere.
So picture this, man. Look, I started this thing. I started thinking about this thing in 2009. I did my first event in 2011 on an Indian reservation in Arizona, 5,500 people there, 700,000 people logged in to buy the event for $4.99, and the site crashed and I didn't get paid. Okay. So I'm like, wow, this is going to be unbelievable. I'm going to go from state to state to get this thing legalized, and everybody's going to legalize it. And I went to 28 states, and they all said no. And I went back to some of them, and they said no again, and they said no again. But Pennsylvania actually holds the record, but they said no to me 9 times.
You live here.
They said no to me 9 times. Wow. 9 times. And I just kept knocking on the door, because how can our home state not allow bare knuckle fighting? And I want to just take my hat off to the new commissioner, the boxing commissioner of Pennsylvania, Ed Kunkel, stepped up and he did the right thing. And this truly is the right thing. This isn't doing me a favor. This isn't saying, hey, let me slide one in for the guy. This is the right thing. We've blown up all over the world, and we can't do our own home state.
Crazy.
And guess what? We're legal in Pennsylvania now. It's going to be the best show ever, man. I literally cried when he told me. Like, I hung up the phone and I was like, man, this is what I really worked for. And how the hell did they not allow us? And everybody I'm talking to is like, holy shit, Billy, I'm coming. I was
getting texted by people that don't even watch, that aren't even bare knuckle fans. They saw it. They saw the news.
It's going to be unbelievable. And I'm so happy for it. I mean, I'm gonna, after the Marbella card, I'm putting all my energy into that one, and that's it. I mean, I'm gonna knock on everybody's door. I'm putting posters everywhere. Like, I'm not playing. This is gonna be the most well attended show that we've ever had. I think the venue, which I can't announce yet, but I'm sure everybody can read between the lines, holds 18,000 people, and I really anticipate a sellout there. Yeah, it's gonna be an unbelievable show. But I mean, it was like finally, man, we're coming home, man. And it was an awesome thing to feel and an awesome thing to say, because imagine, man, putting all this hard work into it, risking your life, literally risking your promoter's license, doing illegal underground bare knuckle fights, never know what's going to happen, finally get it legal, finally start blowing it up around the world, and your home state commissioner says no to you 9 times.
Unbelievable.
9 times. More than anybody.
What kept, I mean, I know you're a pretty driven guy, but most people on the 7th, 8th time are like, this isn't going to happen. What keeps you motivated for stuff like that to keep going?
Just because I think if you have a vision, you can see the vision, and you might be the only one that sees the vision, but as long as you can keep seeing that vision, it's going. And I just saw the vision. I understood what was going to happen, and Pennsylvania actually became a point where it's like, I have to get Pennsylvania done. Like, I have to. And now, really, there's only 2 states in the country that won't legalize this right now, but they will in the near future. But there's really only 2. We're not legal in every state right now, only because we're not going to be able to do a fight there. And the last thing I would want to do is bother an athletic commission, bother the regulatory body, and get it legal and not be able to bring an event to them, because that would be like, kicking them in the ass. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, I mean, it's unbelievable, Brian, man. I mean, are you pumped? I mean, Philly.
That's when you made the announcement, dude. I put it up on the Bare Knuckle Show Instagram, and I was like so happy. I can't even tell you. My wife was at the show too, and she was happy because she's been following us since day one. And she's like, she said it to me at night. She's like, "How you feel?" I'm like, "Dude, I hope it's Philly." I said, "But we're coming home," and I'm like, "It's going to be easier, but more than that, we're going to be in our hometown." All these people that didn't always, they saw some of the work.
It's actually not going to be easier, and I'm going to tell you why. Because we have so many high expectations to live up to on this one.
No, I mean the travel.
I'm just saying, no, but this one
travel,
is like, this one, everybody's going to be expecting the biggest and best show that we've ever put on. I've already got confirmed about 50 professional Philadelphia sports teams, athletes that are coming to this thing. It's going to be amazing, man.
All right, so here we go. It beats running a show at the Lagoon, or the Deck. That's a local reference.
I don't know, man.
Here.
That was actually awesome.
We had a lot of fun there.
That's where I boxed Larry Holmes.
You boxed him there?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
At the Deck. Yeah.
Did you? I would have come to that show at the Deck. But Lagoon, the Deck, Pulsations, it beats all these places. Local reference 101.
I don't know, man. Pulsar?
Wait, do you know? Hold on, let's talk about that for a second. You know who Pulsar is, right? Nobody realizes unless they're from Philly area. There was a huge dance club called Pulsations. You remember it. Biggie Smalls got arrested there. And it was in Delco, I think, actually, if I can remember, right? Wasn't it
Glen Mills.
Glen Mills area? Yeah. And the thing was, it was like a spaceship that would land at midnight, and this robot Pulsar would come out, and he'd dance with all the girls and stuff.
Yeah, there was this spaceship all the way up top on the ceiling, and then they would lower this robot out, and then he would just go around dancing with all the girls. It was unbelievable.
But who was Pulsar? Do you know?
No.
Think about Rocky IV. They cut it out of the next Rocky IV. It was Paulie's robot in Rocky IV. That was Pulsar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude. He's like, "Thank you, Paulie." That scene. Thank you, Paulie.
Like,
that's Pulsar, dude.
Oh shit.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
It's a little local reference there. All right. The other thing we want to get to. This is really important before we talk to Lidle. He's probably waiting. I don't know if you can bring him on when Dave's on. Can you or no? Okay, cool. So while we're waiting, a lot of people are excited, I think. This is the temperature I took. Are excited, maybe a little confused about the whole DAZN deal. I'm excited about it. I think it's really big for our company, helps our company. But I think the fans, there's a little bit of confusion. I want you to try and kind of explain and clear up so they can know.
Sure. No, absolutely. Look, the DAZN is a huge step forward for us. And I know that some of the subscribers are going to be pissed off, and I'm sorry that you are. But at the end of the day, is you're actually going to get more events than you ever got on the BKFC app next year. We're wrapping up some bare knuckle promotions around the world. We're doing all of our events. But let's just talk about BKFC for now. So for BKFC, you're still going to get more events that you got this year on the BKFC app. The DAZN is a exclusive series of 12 events that's going to land on DAZN. That's what it is. It's 12 additional events that we're going to put together that are going to be on the zone. So you're still going to get a lot of the big events. You're still going to get the prospect series. You're still going to get fight nights. You're still going to get numbered events. You're still going to get all the shoulder program. You're going to get all that kind of stuff on the app. And the app isn't going to change that much. This is an additional step for us. The reason why it's an additional step for us is it's not the money. Like, if people say we did it, we sold out, we didn't sell out. It wasn't the money. It wasn't a huge deal for us. It was a good deal for us, but it was a deal for us that opened ourselves up to combat sports fans all over the world. I mean, they have millions and millions of subscribers on the zone, and for them to be able to have access now to see the events that we have and expose ourselves to those combat sports fans all over the world, I mean, it's a huge step for us.
A gigantic step. And I think look, I work here, but I started as a fan. I always joke that I'm no different. I came across the rail and got to work here.
And listen, I just want to say one more thing. We don't know yet what we're going to do, but we're figuring out some different additional benefits that we're going to do for the loyal BKFC subscribers that have been around forever. I mean, whether it's free tickets to a fight, whatever it is, we're figuring it out. We don't know what we can do yet, but give us, a couple weeks. This thing came up on us fast, but we're going to figure it out. We love you guys, and I don't mean that like bullshit. You guys build us. True. We love you guys, and we want to take care of you, and we will take care of you. We just have to figure it out. Just be patient. You're still going to get events on there. Just, like I said, be patient, and we're going to come with a good solution here that's going to make all you guys happy.
I think the best part of all this, and you kind of touched on it, is the fact that even if you're paying a little more, you're getting, if you're a bare knuckle fan, the amount of content we're able to crank out now, and maybe get some reality shows in there, there's a lot more. There's a lot more to consume. So if you already love it, it's just going to get better, and we're excited about it.
No, there is. And then, on the flip side of it, on the Zone platform, they also have, hundreds of premier boxing events and other sporting events, around the clock every week, every month on the Zone. So you're going to get access to that if you become a Zone subscriber as well. So I just want to say, I don't know what the chat's saying here, but we are going to do the right thing for the fans because the fans deserve that. Here's
somebody, a little Ben, saying, I'm right here, Dave, loyal to the max. 100% David DAZN is massive in the UK. That's by SNC Davin. Curious about how pay-per-views will work. That's what Zach's saying. Let's see who else. Will there still be events on Fubo? Somebody asked.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this is a huge footprint.
It's just a step forward for us. It really, truly is a step forward for us. Like I said, it accesses us to 3 to 4 million combat sports fans from around the world.
Here's Bowls, Beers, and Brawls in the chat. He's very happy. He said, I thought it was going all to DAZN. He goes, I didn't realize. So we got to put that message out there to be sure. It's not all going to DAZN. It's not. We still will have the BKFC app.
No, it's just an exclusive series of premier events that are going to land on DAZN.
Yeah.
And look, DAZN, the people there are phenomenal. Here's what else we're going to do. We're going to create a reality show, and it's going to land on DAZN as well. So you're going to be able to follow a docuseries there. We're also going to have access to it on the BKFC app. There's just so many things that DAZN is going to do for us that is also going to benefit the subscribers, that is also going to benefit the fighters and the company as a whole.
Yeah, 100%. It's like everybody wins. You just have to take a step back and look at it, and I appreciate you doing that with us. And they're liking it in the chat. They're very excited about it. Here's David saying, I have DAZN, and I think it's cool to have all type of content in one place. So in the chat, what I can see, everyone seems to like it. Happy to hear the BKFC app isn't going anywhere, Zach just said. So I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, and look, I will figure it out. I'll figure out some kind of gift for you guys because I should.
Yeah, I sat on an hour and a half meeting right before the show, figuring this. So I'm not kidding. Like, I hate meetings, Dave. I hate them. But with this kind of stuff, we deserve to help you guys out because you've helped us for so long. So this is an exciting moment. Don't be worried about it. Be excited. It's more BKFC content for you, and we'll keep you up to date on what we're doing to make it good to the subscribers as well. This will be huge, Swerver Cut says. BKFC to the moon. They're all excited. A couple more questions before we bring Chris Lidle on. Nathan Rivera, the fighter, the Rivera era. You remember him. Great kid, great fighter. We're talking about getting legal in Pennsylvania. He's asking, any shot at coming to Atlanta?
Yeah, absolutely. We were just... We went to like 5 different venues and we couldn't figure out the right date for it, but 100% we're coming to Atlanta, and I'm getting him back. I want to build that kid. I really like that kid. He's got a great personality. He can fight his ass off. He's going to be I'm telling you, he's a future star for BKFC. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Then I have Mr. Saturn. I met him in California. He's a fan. He's starting a new podcast. Good luck to you, Mr. Saturn. We hope you do well.
Yes, we're coming to California this year.
You knew.
We are coming to California this year. That date will be announced next Tuesday on your show.
Wait a minute. Let's stop there for a moment. Is Lidle ready to come in? Evan, because I need to talk to you about this. I just got Dave there. Lidle, we'll talk to you in a moment. I'm sorry the president's on, and he's here with you. There's Lidle right up there. Say hi to him, Dave. There's Lidle.
Chris and I had a great talk yesterday about how we're going to really make the fighters and the commission and everything else from around the country feel really, really welcome and, really loved by BKFC, because we feel as though sometimes, because we're running so fast and we're running so thin, we don't have that many people there. True. That we might not be giving them the attention that they need, and we really want to focus on that moving forward. We really want to make the fighters feel loved, make sure they're taken care of, make sure they know this is their fucking home. They don't have to look for another place. This is where they fucking live. And we talked about that, and we're going to execute that.
Lidle, he's talking to you, but I'll jump in.
Let me tell you, Brian, that's everything I wanted to hear what Dave talked to me about yesterday. Me coming as a fighter, so important to me to be taken care of, and for us to – I understand it from their point of view. I feel like I'm their advocate, but Dave feels that. I've always known that, but just to have him sit down and talk to me about that yesterday, and this is what we're going to do. Give me some steps. When we start talking, I can't ask for somebody better than Dave to actually be out there. He's a fighter. He gets it. He knows what we're trying to do. So, man, just everything was so positive yesterday. I'm in such a good place right now.
There you go. I mean, I know sometimes when you're able to sit in any company, it could be McDonald's. If you're sitting down with the manager, the president, and they kind of lay it out for you, it's there, but I think it makes so much more sense and makes a huge difference. I'm glad you guys did that.
But the thing is look, man, when you're focusing on the big stuff, the big picture, it's easy to lose focus. Not that you don't care, but you lose focus because you can only focus on certain things.
Yeah.
And then when someone brings it to your attention, and I'm like, what? You're telling me that some fighters there feel like we don't fucking take care of them? Fuck that. Let's take care of them. Let's make sure these guys feel like they're part of the family, because you have to be. Because the only way that they want to push this thing, the only way they want to fight their fucking asses off is if they feel they're part of the family. Yeah. Like the family, not just part of the company, part of the family here.
But I think Chris sees these. I don't know if you see him. I've seen him before. I think you do a great job. We've talked about this in the show before, of your pre-fight speeches, of making them feel like they're part of the family, making them feel valued. So when they fight on the card, I couldn't fight. I'd get killed. But it makes me want to go out there and fight when I hear your speech. We're going to tape one and release it one day. It's awesome. And I think it's very important that we treat the fighters that way. I'm so glad you guys had that conversation. And Lidle, real quick, before Dave tries to skirt out of here, I can see what he's doing. Evan and Lidle, maybe you heard this last week. Didn't Dave say last week he was going to have an announcement today for us? Remember we said
I think he always has announcements for you, man. I never get to announce anything. Why don't you give me some information? I'll bring it out next week. I'm telling you something next week, Brian. Give me some information.
Well, he just said next week he's going to make an announcement on our show, but was it California?
I made the announcement.
You said next week you're going to make an announcement about something. You said it a couple minutes ago, and then you said last week you told me there's an announcement. Was that the PA announcement that you gave on the broadcast?
Yeah, I fast forwarded that. I mean, I did it wrong.
You act like you're the president of the company. You can do whatever you want.
Look, I don't act like I'm the president of the company that I can do whatever I want. I act like, honestly, man, I want to announce everything. And then the team comes to me and he goes, you can't announce that. That's not how we're announcing it. Especially on the Bare Knuckle show.
I'm on those calls,
we got to do it where they have viewers.
Oh, come on. What kind of fool would hire me? I don't know.
Hey, man, we were on Rumble not long ago. Had almost 100,000 people watch us.
True. Did you know that?
Yeah, man,
Rumble's
crazy.
Doing well. We're on the former Fight, which is Triller TV.
When I tell you this, take it to the bank. This is the truth.
Okay.
We're not on one platform, just one platform, doing 1.2 million live views. But we're spread out among 6 or 7 different platforms, and we're doing 1.2 million, 1.3 million live views every fight. Mm-hmm. I want to tell you that's more than awesome. Any other. That's more than any other combat sport out there. Wow. There's nobody else that's doing more live views anywhere, except for major events. It's just crazy, because my whole thought on Bare Knuckle was, let's build it wide, and then let's find out where it's going to stick, and then let's explode it up. And that's what we're doing. Exactly. But as we're building it wide, we're getting so many eyeballs on this thing. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's cool. I can't wait for Marbella and it's where that's going to go. Tony Soto.
You're coming.
I better get reimbursed. I paid for my flight. Those flights are damn expensive. Anyway, yeah, right.
All right, guys, I got to roll.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Hey, one more thing to the fans. I promise you, we're going to figure out a way to take care of you guys that have been here with us for a long time as a subscriber. But we're not going anywhere. The app's there. The app's going to be fantastic moving forward. We actually got a lot of different tweaks that we did to the app that's going to make it just, like explode for us in a lot of different content and easier accessibility and things like that. But I want to tell you guys, like, this DAZN deal is huge.
Yeah.
It is. It sounds like the guy that walked on the moon. It's a big step forward, but this is a huge, giant leap for us. This is unbelievable for us. Exposes us to everybody with an unbelievable platform like DAZN. So thank you guys, and thank you guys. And
thank you. Thanks for working so hard on it and making the fans number one. You don't always see that, especially with like sleazy promoters. You're not one. You see that a lot of promoters don't really care about the fans. They don't really care about making you happy. And I can attest to it off the air, and Chris, you can as well. Dave does. Dave cares about, he is a fan. We say it every week. I know you're on limited time here. I know you have another media obligation, Lidle. Dave, you know, I can't tell the president to go away. I like when he comes on.
Brian, you're my first priority always. Come on, you know this show. By the way, I already come up with what Dave's talking about. All the fans, all the real loyal fans who've been there, I will come and punch any one of them. You know, some people want me to punch them. I'll spar with them, whatever they want me to do. I'll give them a round and spar. And all the loyal fans, whoever wants it, punch him right in the face.
Well, they're saying here that they still want to see you and Feldman in like a real sparring match, not just in a hotel lobby. Somebody did comment that. I saw that in a minute. There's another guy who said that he was rising for the president when he left. But what I want to talk to you about, Dave mentioned this a little bit. You were there, you're commentating, and I'd like to get how you feel, because I put a lot of stock in that, Chris. Hollywood, Florida, BKFC 66. What stood out to you, a couple things the most?
To be honest with you, the thing that sticks in my head the most is, I mean, what are we going to do with these Cuban fighters? They're just so dominant.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
They can't get passed around. I mean, Perdomo, you keep thinking, okay, he's fighting a guy who's had 120 fights, a veteran of the sport, 3-1 in bare knuckle. Only guy's lost who's a champ. And he demolished him just like that. So that's one thing. But then Blas, I mean, no matter who you put him in there with, he can't get out of a round. That's crazy for that weight class. I don't know what we're going to do with these guys, but who are you going to put them in with next? It's just, I mean, at least Perdomo, you know, he's not the champion. You know, there's some bigger guys you could throw him in there with. But Blas, I mean, I don't even know. We have to have somebody cut down or somebody we have to bring somebody in maybe. I don't know. It's just going to be a problem. So that was the main thing that jumped out at me is, man, I don't know how we're going to stop these guys.
Hey, we're not. I mean, and we were talking about AJ Rodriguez earlier too. He had performance of the night. HD Davis dispatched James Brown quickly. Performance of the night there. Perdomo, you said knockout of the night. I mean, there was so much goodness on this card. The crowd was sold out yet again. And what I touched on with Dave is that it's important to me personally that we're selling out these events repeatedly with homegrown talent. We're not bringing anybody in like a huge name. We're building our own huge names, and I'm excited to see that continue, especially like with the DAZN stuff. And I should have talked to him more about this, and I will maybe next week if he can come on. We're gonna have a little more cash, I would guess, on hand. I don't know the specifics of the deal, but that's going to help us be able to build homegrown fighters. And I know Dave wants to do that, so that's going to be exciting too. Other than that, I mean, we're looking forward to Marbella. We talked about it. I can't wait to see Tony Loco Soto back in there. That's going to be a great fight. What are you looking forward to at Marbella? We got a couple weeks left, but I mean, we saw the 3 title fights on there. They're all going to be great. I mean, that's what we know about so far. Of those fights, kind of just look at them and tell me, is there one you're looking forward to more than the other? I know you're a big boxing guy, so you probably love seeing Austin Trout in there.
Yeah, that's kind of the one. To me, those are 2 extremely high-level fighters. I've seen Rico Franco fight a few times. I'm like, man, this guy is good. You know, Christie, he's always been an excellent fighter, undefeated at that weight class now. So that should be, but Mandell's been just pretty dominant. Yeah, but I mean, Austin Trout, I've been really impressed with him, not only as a boxer, but one of the few boxers ever who's been able to say, I don't know this sport. I'm going to train MMA. I'm going to train Muay Thai. I'm going to make this my sport. I'm going to learn how to do this stuff. I don't have to make this, you know, my forte. It doesn't have to be a strength, but it can't be a weakness. He's one of the few guys who's ever done that. It paid off. He looked phenomenal in his few fights. So I really look forward to that fight. That's probably the one that's making me go, man, I got to see this because I mean, that's going to be a fight.
Yeah, let me ask you this, Chris. I know we've talked about it, but not in depth on the show before, and you just brought it up. I always say it. I think boxers were having a harder time figuring out our sport than MMA guys were. Why? Do you think it's why do you think that is? Why do you think Austin could, well, you kind of said why he figured it out, but why do you think boxers have such a hard time? They think I don't want to say arrogance, but we're going to come in. This is kind of like our sport and we're going to dominate. And then they realize.
I think there's part of that. I think there's part of it that makes them think, I know what I'm doing. I'm a boxer. This is just boxing with no gloves. They think that this isn't boxing with no gloves.
It's fighting.
That one little rule change is huge. And You know, I have had some legit boxers, some good boxers who go out and they fight an MMA guy who's good, but not, you know, with the record on their level. And the MMA guy tears them up because there's just a different level of toughness. I mean, most boxers, some boxers are those inside gritty, you know, I call Mexican style fighter where you get in and you just bang, you beat, you know, you go hard. Not many people are like that. And a lot of people want to stay outside, be nice, slick, pretty, Floyd Mayweather style. No, those guys get their lunch eaten in MMA or by MMA fighter, because those guys will make it a dirty, rugged, nasty fight, and they get out there and they take them into areas where they're not used to. Especially a boxer, when you tie up, you have no idea how tiring that is. It's like a wrestling match. Yeah. And so when you're like look at Kai Stewart, he goes out there, he ties people up the first round, he wears them down. Some people are done after the first round. I mean, it's your arms, they're heavy. You can't move them anymore. It's like, man, my punches aren't coming out as fast. My defense is no good. If you can get somebody in there who can push you around and bully you for a round, the fight's over sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. And we mentioned Tony Loco Soto a little earlier. I'm excited about that. And in the chat, they're making a great point. We're talking about homegrown talent in Florida. Tony Soto was found at tryouts. You would know that. Homegrown talent now in Spain, main eventing essentially. I mean, it's amazing. So we always talk about how important it is to show up at tryouts. When you do see them, there's another guy, top of the card in Spain.
I don't know if Dave talked about it. We have Utah coming up on the 5th, October 5th. I don't know if he brought this up. We're having tryouts. They have FightCon. It's in Salt Lake, and we're going to be there putting on tryouts. It's going to be a huge one for us. I'm really excited. I'm going to be putting on the next tryout there.
Yeah, FightCon, I believe, is at the America Mount Expo Center. I believe that's what it's called. You can look it up, Salt Lake City, Utah. It's going to be huge. Like we said, with the tryouts, they're going to have different fighters. It's a convention all about fighting. How cool is that? FightCon, October 5th, American Mount Center. Get there and try out. I remember a couple years ago, I feel horrible. He probably still watches. Young guy, I can't remember his name, but he stopped me in an elevator and he said, I've been listening to the show about tryouts. And he said that he decided that he was going to try out. And every day he would listen when he was working and he'd take his tip money and stuff. And he would just kind of put it together to get him to where he needed to go. He went to 3 tryouts, I think. And they finally told him, like, stop coming. We know who you are. Don't keep spending your money. And then they called him one day. I wish I could remember the kid's name. He was wonderful. He was so nice. He was there with his girlfriend. But tryouts really work, man. Okay, so let's see. What else do we... Oh, I know you got to go. So enough about the show. What the people love here is they love hearing Chris Lidle's answers to the questions they put in the chat or they send in.
Jesus.
I love these ones. You always have good answers. We learn a lot about you this way. There's a couple were sent in here. Let's see. This first one's very morbid. And you can drop them in the chat too if you want. I'll try to ask. What would you do if you found a dead body in a hotel room you were going to stay in? I'm probably early days in BKFC, we might have seen some dead bodies in the hotel rooms we were staying in.
Well, I'd probably, it depends. I'd probably try and stick him with the bill somehow. So I'd probably leave him there. And I'd probably, with this guy, I mean, this was on him. You know, maybe I'd have him stuffed and just set him there, you know, to watch over me. I don't know. Dead body, it probably, I wouldn't hide it because I didn't do anything, man. That's my first thing.
That's what they
say. You know, maybe donate to science. I don't know. What was
I figured, Lidle, you're the kind of guy I figured would just try to cuddle with it or something weird like that, but I guess not. I think.
What are you talking about? I'm not into that weird stuff. Very vanilla.
That was evident in that sound effect, so maybe he's into. I don't know. Something's weird in there, man.
I'm gonna raid the minibar and checking for the wallet.
You're right. Get a social security guard out of there. Everything. All right. This is for you. If bald people work in a restaurant, do they still need to wear a hairnet? Somebody wants to know.
Absolutely not. That's crazy talk. Come on. Here's my problem. I don't like rules that make no sense. Like if it makes sense, okay, I'm cool with that rule. But if I don't follow rules, I don't believe it. Like if you tell me to wear, like I at least have hair, I guess something can get in. If you're a bald person, don't wear a hairnet, you freaking idiot, just wasting resources.
All right. This is a weird one somebody sent in. What is your favorite letter in the alphabet, Chris?
Favorite letter?
Dumb question.
Man, C.
Why?
Chris.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. C for Chris. I never even thought of that. This is a great one for a fighter. If you punch yourself in the face and it hurts, are you weak or strong?
Ooh, well, I mean, you're still strong because it should hurt. It always hurts when you get hit, but it matters how you fight through it. Like if you can keep getting hit and be like, that's fine. It's gonna hurt no matter what. It's not like you get hit and you go, that didn't hurt. No, it hurts. But you can just be mentally tough and go, I don't care. So if you hit yourself, it better hurt. Just gotta Yeah. Oh.
I mean, that kind of made my jaw tingle a little bit, but it didn't hurt. It didn't really hurt, so I guess I'm weak. I don't know. I'm kind of afraid. Can one of you guys punch me? I'm sure they would jump in from the booth in a second to punch me.
Yeah.
I feel Evan's like excited. You get a big smile, Brandon. Yeah. I feel like
no. You should be able to walk. You should. A tough guy can just walk through hard punches, even if it hurts. That's the answer.
All right. In the chat, they want to know, Chris, I think we answered this one before, but if you can quickly answer this, I don't remember if we did. Calvin says, if you could rematch anyone, who would it have been?
Man, when I fought Thiago Alves, they stopped it due to a cut in the second round after the second round was over. And I was like, man, on the scorecards, it was 1 round apiece. And I was like, he was kicking my leg a lot and I was punching him a lot. And I was like, I was extremely upset with that fight. And I was like, let's rematch. Let's rematch right away. And I thought for sure that was going to be the next fight. And he won like 3 in a row then. And so he was like, no, I'm trying to get a title fight. So then he fought like his next 2 fights and won. He got a title fight. So I understood why he didn't want to, because he's like, I just won that one. That doesn't help me do a tough fight again. So, but I always wanted to do that one again. But I liked that. He was a great guy, great fighter. No, nothing against him. I love that fight. I thought we won the fight of the night from it. So we were put on a great war. I just didn't get to finish it.
The fight of the night for you is just another day. I think every time you fought, you got fight of the night.
I wanted a fight night. I was always begging for a fight
all
night.
the time.
Put me in with guys who will fight. I don't want to fight a guy who's going to try and outpoint me. Fight a guy who's going to try and knock my head off.
Those of you that said I just threw weak punches at my face in the chat, Goat, if you said that, Scott, that's probably you. I want you to send a video of you punching yourself in the face. It would make me extremely happy. I love you, Scott. So there's like 2 more. You'll be in Spain. You're going to be there commentating. I answered that question from Mike. Here's one. What kind of noises? This was emailed. This is so stupid. Last one will end on this. What kind of noises did dinosaurs make, do you think?
Oh, they sounded like I would have to think elephants,
Well, what'd that sound like?
You tell me.
It'd be like,
you tell me.
Or like, I don't know.
Yeah. Man, I don't know what I mean. First of all, I'm not even sure dinosaurs existed.
Let's peel the lid off this conspiracy here.
I know some people like that. I'm just kidding. That's not me.
And the Earth is flat.
No, I don't believe in that. Now, I do not think we landed on the moon. I do think that's.
You think we did or we didn't?
Oh no, we didn't land on the moon.
I'm kind of. There's apparently a documentary out about that. I'm very, very skeptical.
There's a movie being made. I think Woody Harrelson's in it. I can't remember. Somebody wrote about how they faked the moon landing. The more I've looked into that, the more I'm like, man, there's more technology in my phone than in that whole thing. I don't believe we landed on that moon right now.
I think
I've seen too many pictures. That shit was fake, man. I'm not saying, no, I take it back. I'm not saying we didn't land on the moon. I'm saying what they've shown us is fake.
Yeah. Did they lose the tape or something?
Maybe the cameras wouldn't work. I don't know, but whatever they showed us wasn't real. That's what I can say.
I think they lost. Did I hear that they lost the original?
They said they've lost. Come on, man. How could you see?
Dude, stop. What are they? Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong are never their names. They're never going to come to our show now. Stop. What are you doing? Are they both alive still?
Are they still even alive?
I don't know. Hey, maybe they'll be in your hotel room dead.
I think it was Buzz Aldrin was talking to a girl like in kindergarten and said, well, we didn't land on the moon.
I saw that video before. All right, Chris Lights Out Lidle. He's going to be part of our big event coming up in Marbella, Spain. We're very excited about that. A lot of great stuff going on in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. You're definitely a part of it. And hey, thank you for kind of peeling the curtain back. I love when you do that. I didn't even know you and Dave met yesterday. I know the fans love that as well. What do they call you? The walking fight of the night? Chris Lights Out Lidle.
But some people go, hey, man, just remember, Utah, the 5th, we got tryouts. Who wants to be part of BKFC? You better make it there. If you do your thing, I'll put you on a card, I promise.
All right. Well, that's great. And you know he will. Chris is a man of promise, a man of his word. So we're looking forward to see who we can find in Utah, October 5th, American Mountain Center at Fight Expo. Make sure you're there. More info, I guess, will be at bkfc.com, or maybe you can hit Chris Lidle up on social media, anything you want to do. But we're excited about it.
bkfc.com/tryouts.
That's the place? Okay. They have it up there? Good. Sometimes I'm unsure.
Somebody check.
If it's not up there, it will be. We'll fix it immediately after the show. We'll start the whipping. We'll get the strap out. But yeah, it should be at bkfc.com. Chris Lidle, always a pleasure.
You get the strap out? Okay, I thought you were talking about the strap on. I don't know. It's weird. All right, never mind. We're the road.
On that note, Chris, have a great day, buddy. I love Chris Lidle. Hey, That's weird because Chris Lidle was just on the phone. He's not in Philly for those who asked. I think he's in Indy. But I thought I heard him in my... Is he in the office?
Yeah.
What's he saying? About the tryouts. Is he excited about the tryouts?
I wasn't ready for that.
How excited is he?
I was thinking about the moon landing.
So, all right, screw the Chris Lidle.
I'm real excited for these tryouts. We find lots of great talent out there.
All right. Look, somebody's saying, Brian, put belt to ass if it's not on there. So Evan's excited about the tryouts. He was thinking about the tryouts and the moon landing. So is the moon landing real or fake?
I think it was real.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Where you at with that, Brendan?
Because there's like, you know how many people would have to be in? There's like 2,000 people who worked on that. And then went to the moon 5 times after that. Or there were 5 total moon landings.
But I don't think the first one was...
So what do you think? They shot up, everybody watched them take off. They shot up and what? Just floated in orbit and then came down? There's way too much... You can't keep a secret between like 5 people. And you think every single person who worked on it was in on it. And they didn't talk to any... Like, they kept it from their families. All that.
We've landed on the moon. What's that, Ace Ventura or something?
I get the reason to fake it. And I get there was like the...
Ooh, Joe the Archangel is disagreeing. He said no human has ever landed on the moon, Evan.
What's
That's
the director? Who Stanley, I know he had some insight on how they did they did like tapes to like test it or some shit.
Somebody in the chat named Camel Toe Harris 69 just said it was fake. S&C.
Is that Brandon's cousin?
I don't know. S&C.
Yeah, what's he doing in there?
These people with these names.
Camel Toe Harris.
We've landed on the moon from Dumb and Dumber. Thank you, Mr. Satter.
I know what that is.
S&C Davin says conspiracy theories are nonsense. It was 100% real.
Yeah, I think it's
Quailman saying it's real. I just seen a lot about.
So insane to think it was fake.
How did they lose the tape?
How
do you lose it? They apparently lost the original tape. How do you lose the moon landing tape? That's what
I've
Rolletto
seen plenty
said.
of moon landing video.
Yeah, but they've lost the original.
No, I mean they lost the original.
Maybe a dirty bum stole it.
I mean, they lost
in Albuquerque.
Yeah. Like,
broken friend and calling it back.
Did they lose it or did it get damaged?
I don't
like,
know.
If you look at D-Day, like they lost all the original photographs from D-Day.
It sucks.
There was damage. There was water damage to the film. There's shit like that happens. I don't know. Pull up a moon landing video.
Bro, I'm going to do conspiracies with Chris or whoever wants to come. I enjoy talking conspiracies.
This is interesting. Pull up a video.
I'm not saying...
Let's dissect it.
As we're talking about it, and we have more to get to here, guys. We'll get back to Bare Knuckle in a moment.
Look up the first moon landing.
Yeah, first moon landing.
There you go. Watch footage from the 69.
So as we look for this, I think that I'm not 100% sold it was fake, but I'm more sold than I was 5 or 10 years ago because I feel like nothing's real today. You look.
Here we go.
It's all gimmick.
Are we going to get banned for that? I mean, it's news.
Lord Evan is... It says Lord Evan is nuts. That's what you said in the comments.
All right, let's see. So, and somebody follow along in the comments, and I want to hear what they say.
They say the radiation ruined the tape coming back to Earth's orbit, Matt said. I didn't know that.
Normal, yeah.
That makes sense.
You can't put film through a... like when you go to the airport through a scanner, you can't put it through. You have to tell them because it'll damage it.
Didn't they lose Saddam Hussein's body flying home as well? That's what little Ben says. I don't know.
So
He's going
this
through
is
another
it, I
conspiracy.
guess, right here.
How did we get on the moon landing?
Yes, indeed. They've got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes on the lunar surface.
Where are the stars in the moon landing photo? That's what this guy's saying, Billboard Nerds.
Okay, right
It's
here,
just
boom,
black.
stars. That's film rated for certain exposure.
Okay.
So go take your phone out at night and try to film stars.
I've done that.
You're not
It
gonna
doesn't
see
work.
shit.
Yeah, it's weird. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's, if anybody who knows, like, what are you doing here? You know, cameras. Oh, you're back.
This guy, S&C's here. Come on, Brian, you're clever. Little as you know.
If you
I didn't know me
like,
well.
Try to take your phone out at night and film the stars.
I've done it. I took a picture.
So,
I took a video. It didn't work.
So they had cameras set, and back then you're shooting on film, so film's rated for certain exposures. There's the whole bunch of like.
I never thought of that. Wait a minute.
Flat out, yeah. So like you get different like film that's rated to shoot outside or inside. Like back then it wasn't.
But wait a minute, that's not my question.
Go ahead.
You know all this stuff. Did they? I never thought of that. Somebody had to shoot that video. Was it the other astronaut? Did they take a film crew with them? How did that work?
I think somebody have to fact check me on this. I think they had cameras that were kind of mounted on the ship on the inside or whatever, and they could push a button and kind of roll on it. And I'm not sure how they transmit. Wasn't there like a transmission of some type that they were able to send footage back? Obviously, they had satellite technology. They were doing live, TV. I don't know if there was a sort of a feed that was beamed off.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could look up I don't even know if this is true. If they did a live broadcast.
Well, I know that I've heard stories of like my grandfather watching it. My mom was like, she could care less about it. She's playing with her toys.
Oh, here.
So they did show it. I think.
Brand's got article. Yeah. So like you could beam, video to a satellite back to NASA. I mean, because they go ahead.
Timed it. Apparently, right here it says.
Somebody said they had a
the
camera.
Rotation of the Earth and position of the Moon at the time of the expected first steps. Houston, Texas, the home of NASA's mission control, would be out of range for reception of the television signal sent from the lunar module. Instead, receiving stations in California and Australia would coordinate on providing the best transmission possible. On top of that, issues with temperature. It looks like they just it's basically saying they timed everything to where.
Yeah. So basically, they were beaming a feedback as it happened. And then, whatever TV network was receiving it, they could take it and then put it out on, the 6 o'clock news or whatever. So it may not have been exactly live because
live to tape kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's 1969, and if your spaceship is pointed 7,000 miles from the satellite, you know what I mean? There's a delay.
All that I'm gathering from this conversation, Evan, is that you're telling me
I'm a deep state.
No, not at all. I'm gathering that you're knowledgeable about film, but I'm gathering that probably the announcement next week on the show Dave was referring to would probably be BKFC on the moon. I think we could make it happen.
I think so. I just think a lot of people, if you don't understand how film works and cameras and stuff, it's easy to think it's all fake. But if you can
so you understand
a lot of the
people
problems of not being able to see stars, you can. I mean, I'm not saying if it is real or not, but I can understand why you wouldn't see stars if you were filming the Earth from the moon, because you're exposing for the light hitting the Earth. You know what I mean? From the sun, and you would be way iris down, and that would throw the stars out. You wouldn't see stars.
Thank you, Evan. I never even thought of that. I'm probably 75%, maybe 80% real.
Point your
There's
phone.
doubt.
Go out tonight.
I've done it.
Go out tonight and shoot the moon, right? And if you shoot the moon, you won't see any other stars because the moon is way brighter. So your camera is going to, account for that.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Since we started the moon landing talk, 20 people left. So let's get back to BKFC.
Really?
That's what they're reporting in the chat.
How much BKFC can you talk about?
I know, but that's actually interesting. And you know what? Whatever. Here's what we'll do.
You want to hear this? You want to hear what the T-Rex sounded like? You were asking about dinosaurs.
This guy's looking it up. Yeah, what?
It's actually kind of creepy. I don't know if you've seen this video.
I grew up thinking a T-Rex sounded like this.
Yeah, me too.
But with modern technology, scientists at Sandia National Laboratories were able to recreate what a T-Rex actually sounded like. And it's even more terrifying.
Water?
I don't know. That's kind of fucking
Bro,
creepy.
that sounds
Imagine being out at night and you're just like,
no. I mean,
the hell is
yeah.
that?
Ask my wife when she lays next to me after I had Mexican. That's what I sound like. That's my Mexican. Just the whole room echoes. That would be creepy. Being
maybe
out
the
at night.
Delco Mexican.
yeah. Be out at night. Oh man. Hey, I'll tell you what. If we do conspiracy theory talk from now on, I don't mind doing it. I actually enjoy it. Maybe we'll have a segment at the end of the show, so we do bare knuckle and then we move into conspiracy theory.
Hour.
I think we should start doing that once in a while, maybe once a
What
month.
else we got? Anything
All right,
else?
let's get to this real quick. I promised exclusive footage from BKFC 66 this past weekend. Let's watch some videos.
Hey, man, that's why I don't do the talking. You know why? Because I'm going to get in that ring and back it up. You talk trash, you call me out, that's what's coming. That's what's coming. Every time. 155, 145, that's what's coming. BTA, we ain't playing no games.
He ain't playing no games. H.D. Davis was sponsored by Shaq for that fight. That big medallion around his neck was given to him by Shaq. Shaq believed, H.D. believed, and look what happened. That was his walk back. I think we have another walk back, don't we? Is it Alberto?
It is.
Okay.
Hey, BKFC, thank you. Oh, wait for the opportunity. Thank you, guys. You know, I'm better man right now. I can give you better life for all my people, all my family. Hey, BKFC, thank you so much. Right now, I'm the champ. And I'm the fan ready. And less the 3 months. Hey, I'm gonna be ready December. Okay, I'm gonna be ready. Give me more opportunity. Give me more fight. I'm gonna be ready. Okay, thank you, BKC. Thank you so much.
Hey man, like Lada was saying, yeah, I want to see Bloss back in there. Well, give him more opportunity, but I don't know with who. We got to figure that out. Drop your comments in the chat. Who you think Bloss should be fighting next? I'd love to see that. Do we have any more special videos from the show? I didn't get to see before the show. I'm sorry. How many we had?
Dalton's angle of the Perdomo.
Ooh, let's watch this knockout of the night. The Dalton angle. Thank God. I mean, he was on Queer Street anyway, and then he got hit the second time, which made it even worse. And, you know, Perdomo, I can't wait to see what he's going to do next. And that was no slouch who he fought. Amazing. Thank you for that angle, James Dalton. You're the man. Also, I like to look at the Vespi Selects. Our crew's so talented. We do this almost every week. We have a fight. Let's just look. You guys can see these shots are insane. They're always, I say it every week, but it's like beauty. It's like beautiful, I don't know, savagery. It's cool to see how they land. Like, you think you see it in a slow-mo video, and as awesome as that is, it's a whole nother look. Look at these shots. And he's got, I mean, this really shows you in a different way what Baron, look at that. Look at that. What a shot by Perdomo. That's a great shot, Vespi. Wow. I mean, it just shows you the intensity in their face. You see everything in these shots. So there you go. There's Jeff Houston doing his thing. Oh, look at that. Woof. See that plays better to me, that shot right there on photograph than on broadcast. Now I see, I'm like, whoa, Reber did get rocked. There you go, man. Some Vespi Selects. Other thing I want to talk about, I see Joy Boy there. I love that he came out to Nightmare on Elm Street at first. I'm like, what's this clown doing? With respect. I'm like, it's Friday the 13th. Why is he coming out as Freddy Krueger? Then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you moron. He's fighting the Nightmare. He's coming out as Freddy. That was awesome. Joy Boy, always there entertained. Can't wait to see what he does next. Other than that, I think that we have, we'll do the upcoming schedule. And before we get out of here, we got some stuff as always coming up. Of course, we talk about, we're a couple weeks away, but Marbella, Spain, that's going to be a huge event on DAZN. Make sure you're tuned in for that. And then you can see, of course, Denver. We love going to Denver. They're crazy for the vacant Cruiserweight Championship. It's Camozzi versus DeP. I can't wait. I can't wait to see that fight. I know the fans have been excited about it. I think it's an excellent match fight. It's going to be great. So we're looking forward to that as well. And also, we've talked about it a little earlier. We'll get more into this. BKFC coming to Newcastle in the UK November 2nd. I want to thank Mark again for those goodie bags that he sent over here because they're so damn good, man. I'm all sugared up. Anyway, that's what we have coming up. We'll announce more dates coming soon. Other than that, it's weird to say. It's kind of weird to say it's not a fight week, but it's not. So we're going to see you soon. Enjoy the stuff on the app for now. Make sure you get it at bkfc.com. Let's get drunk with the Forged Irish Stout. Let's get bucked up. Let's knuckle up. And let's go!
Saturday, October 12th, Marbella, Spain. It's the biggest night in bare knuckle fighting championship history. In the main event, two undefeated combatants battle for the vacant lightweight title. Franco Tenaglia clashes with Tony Loco Soto. In the co-main event, welterweight world champ Austin No Doubt Trout defends his crown against the ferocious Rico Bon Franco. Plus, middleweight action as Dave Redneck Mandell puts his title on the line against UK's top contender Danny Christie. 3 title fights, one historic night. Only on DAZN. Sign up now at DAZN.com.